Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Alan Ada Firdaus. My student number is 1220112333176. Today I will talk about Rogerian argument. Before we start to talk about how to make the Rogerian argument, let me explain about what is the Rogerian argument. Rogerian argument is a negotiating strategy in which common goals are identified and opposing views are described as objectively as possible in an effort to establish common ground and reach an agreement. It is also known as a Rogerian rhetoric, Rogerian argumentation, Rogerian persuasion, and empathic listening. Before that, I have a Rogerian essay with the title Vaccination. Okay, now let's talk about how to make a Rogerian essay. In the first paragraph, we have to make an introduction paragraph in which there is a statement of your problem. Present your argument as a problem in need of solution and raise the possibility of a positive change. This is my first paragraph and I will read for you. 2 years ago, our country has hit by a very dangerous epidemic that has caused so many deaths and decline in the economic sector that we are experiencing and even shocked the whole world due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This virus spread very quickly in almost all countries, including Indonesia. This has caused several countries to impose lockdown policies to prevent the spread of the coronavirus in Indonesia. The government implements procedures, enforcement of community activity restriction (PPKM) and vaccination to suppress the risk of this virus so that it doesn't spread further. Although the vaccine is expected to be released at the end of last year, most people are still not convinced of the vaccine. They tend to refuse for several reasons, one which is concern about side effects and circumstance that clinical trials have been carried out too quickly. This makes many people even more distrustful and refuse vaccination because they think there is no difference between vaccination and not. Therefore, with the spread of the coronavirus and the situation of the community in social restriction, the success of the COVID-19 vaccine discovery is highly awaited. Various pharmaceutical companies and research institutions from multiple countries are intensively conducting research and trials to find a COVID-19 vaccine. However, with the launch of this vaccination program, multiple pros and cons emerged in the community. There was some people wanted to vaccinated immediately. Still, on the other hand, many people refused to be vaccinated. Therefore, the discussion about vaccination is critical because it positively impacts reducing the mortality rate due to the current COVID-19 virus. For the second paragraph is the summary of opposing views. Is a statement of the views of the opposition. Be as accurate and neutral as possible. And statement of understanding which is demonstrating that you are capable of listening without judging and that you have given a fair hearing to those who differ from you, the people you must need to reach. Many people complain about vaccination. On the other hand, people are afraid of the side effect. As we know, vaccination also increased the mortality rate at the time. Many people can stand the pain after being vaccinated because their immune is not strong against the effect of vaccination. Talking about public complaints about vaccination, many people do not believe in vaccines that have been made by researchers for several reasons that make people refuse to vaccine. However, they also have the right to doubt and ask for certainly about the safety of the vaccine because they have to face the side effect that may be caused by the vaccine. They believe that the vaccine is not ready for delivery and is still in an experimental position. On the other hand, some people have no doubt about the researchers and the hard work they have done. They want to know things related to the development of vaccination. They believe that vaccines are not ready yet, but if researchers care about citizens' views, they should find ways to bring them into it. For example, by collaborating with influencers, artists, and community pioneers for vaccination. With that, more and more people are interested and want to be vaccinated. And the third paragraph, statement of your position, having won the attention of both opponent and those who have no position on the issue. Explain your views and a statement of the context so that you understand that there are situations in which the opponent's views are valid. Do not concede that their views are always right, but recognize those conditions, context under which you share their views. And this is my paragraph. A recent study of vaccination conducted by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) in the United States said that someone who did not vaccine up to 2 doses was more susceptible to reinfection or re-exposure to COVID-19. However, the risk was not as high as for people who were not vaccinated. This research has also been confirmed by Ines Atmosukarto, a doctorate in molecular and cellular biology from the University of Adelaide, Australia. He said there was a risk of re-exposure to COVID-19 for someone who only had the first dose of the vaccine because the immune system in the body was not fully formed. However, the immune system in the body has recognized the type of virus so that when people who have been vaccinated and infected with COVID-19 return, their symptoms will be minimal or no symptomatic. In the last my paragraph, there are statements of benefit appeal to the self-interest of your opponent by showing how they will benefit from accepting your position. The essay conclude with your thesis state in as positive a manner as possible. And this is my paragraph. Keep in mind that vaccination does not mean that COVID-19 will go away quickly. Vaccination aims to provide specific immunity against certain disease so that if one day exposed to the disease, one will only experience mild symptoms. On the other hand, if you are vaccinated, you will not have special immunity to the disease that vaccines are supposed to prevent. Therefore, many people are looking forward to the arrival of a vaccine that is proven to be effective with minimal side effects. Although many people are also concerned about the possible side effect of the vaccine. As a form of togetherness in facing the COVID-19 pandemic, we also need to play an active role in protecting ourselves and preventing the spread of the virus, such as complying with health protocols, maintaining distance, wearing masks, and washing hands. Vaccination is the next step that we can take to contribute to suppressing the spread of this virus by increasing our immunity so that we don't become someone who we can say is a virus spreaders. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.